In this video, I'm going to show you why your vehicle's serpentine belt is important to you and why you need to replace it periodically, saving you money and protecting you and your family from unexpected breakdowns on the freeway. Hi, Fred Gagnon here, the owner of Napa's Premier Service Center located in Marietta, Georgia, and I want to thank you for coming to my video on serpentine belts in Marietta, Georgia. Because you're here, you must be looking to get your vehicle's serpentine belt serviced. In just a couple minutes, I've got a really great money savings coupon for you and an informative video about serpentine belts and why they're important. But first, let me share a little information with you about my auto repair shop in Marietta and what I can do for you. Napa's Premier Service Center is a AAA approved auto repair shop offering quality repairs for both domestic and import vehicles. We are family owned and we've operated at this same location for nearly 20 years now. We listen and we care about our customers, and you'll be treated like family. All of my team members are fully trained and very experienced, with most being tenured with me at well over 10 years. When you work with one of our service advisors or technicians, you'll see and talk with that same person here year after year. This you definitely don't see at most auto repair shops and or the dealerships. When it comes to your vehicle's serpentine belt, it's very important that this engine component be inspected regularly for excessive wear, as it's critical to the proper functioning of your vehicle's alternator, power steering, and air conditioning systems. In some vehicles, it even drives the water pump, the radiator fan, and the power brakes. Should the serpentine belt break, at the very least, you will typically lose your power steering and alternator, which is responsible for recharging your battery. At worst, it can result in a loss of braking function and engine cooling, resulting in engine overheating and eventual breakdown. Don't procrastinate by putting off getting your serpentine belt inspected. A timely belt inspection and replacement will almost always save you money by preventing excessive wear and tear of your engine and protect you from unexpected breakdowns. Now here's what I've got for you. Honor us by letting us service your vehicle's serpentine belt, and I'll take $25 off your bill if you're a first-time customer. This is my way of saying thanks for giving us a try. Okay, here's what I want you to do next. Give us a call at Napa's Premier Service Center Monday through Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. at 770-428-2520. We'll be more than glad to answer all your questions and to give you free and friendly advice. Come on in and let us service your vehicle and advise you personally about your vehicle's service needs. Now, over the next minute or two, I'm going to give you a really great overview of serpentine belts and how they function on your vehicle and what actions you should be taking to either maintain or correct any problems you may be experiencing. I hope you enjoy this short presentation, and thanks again for coming to my page.
You know that long belt that snakes around the front of your engine? Well, it's called the serpentine belt, and it's driven by the engine as it turns. It powers your alternator, air conditioning compressor, and power steering pump. On some vehicles, it also runs the water pump, radiator fan, and power brakes. Sounds like a lot of important stuff, doesn't it? Well, if your serpentine belt were to break, your battery would die in a few miles. If it runs your water pump or your fan, your engine could overheat, and the steering and braking could become more difficult. So obviously, the best thing is to replace your serpentine belt before it breaks. Check your owner's manual for when it's recommended to replace your serpentine belt, or just ask your service advisor. He can inspect the belt to see if it's in trouble. You may have heard to look for cracks in your belt to see if it needs to be replaced. Of course, cracks are still a concern, but modern belt material doesn't crack as often as old belts did. What we look for these days is the thickness of the belt. We have a special little tool that measures the depth of the grooves in the belt to see if it needs replacing. A worn belt can slip or be misaligned, putting undue stress on the accessories it runs. Now you can imagine how important it is for the belt to be tight, so there's a tensioner pulley that puts pressure on the belt to keep it at the right tension. But the spring on the tensioner also wears out over time, so we recommend replacing the tensioner pulley at the same time as the serpentine belt. So replacing your serpentine belt on schedule or when an inspection warrants it will keep you from an unexpected breakdown.